2, 3, 4. How much wood could a woodchuck? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Alexa, keep up. You're really falling behind. Ready? 2, 3, 4. How? 2, 3, 4.
You're not even going faster.
But I'm doing it as fast as I'm doing it, and it's pretty fast, and you can't do it as fast as I'm doing it.
Yeah, I am.
I can't hear you.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
See? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck? Hi, my name is Oskar, and in case you forgot, I'm on a road trip all across America, having conversations with people about life's big questions. Now I have to warn you, this one is going to get real cheesy, so brace yourself. We're talking about love. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, so you've met Alexa, my traveling companion and the girl I've been dating since my sophomore year of high school. It's been about 5 years since...
Would you be my girlfriend?
And for those of you who've been in these long-term high school relationships know how deep and powerful these bonds can be, but also that they can be really difficult, especially in that window of time between schooling and the rest of your life when you have to make these huge life decisions, and even more so if you're someone who's indecisive and overthinks most everything. So for us, all those ingredients made for a big dramatic breakup. There was a whole year where we were on and off and back and forth. And it wasn't because there was something wrong with her, or me, or us. It happened largely because I have this really neat ability to take something in my life that's great and think about it real hard until I find something I don't like until that's all I see, and then I try and solve problems I don't necessarily have. I'm still working on that. Anyway, obviously we got back together, but the reason for this mess was these questions and thoughts I had. Things like, is this it? Out of all the people in the world, it's this person I fell in love with in high school? And speaking of falling in love, what does that even mean? Like, when do I know for sure that I'm in love? Is there a feeling that's supposed to click on? Would I even be asking if I was? And what if 20 years from now I regret staying with the first person I ever loved? But what if this is the person for me, and I let her slip and regret that for the rest of my life? And eventually, I did the only thing that made sense. I listened to my heart and let myself love with all of it. I told you. So that's my story. Up until now, anyways. But what interested me was everyone else's story. How did they deal with similar questions? Did they even have them? I can't always articulate my thoughts and feelings very well when it comes to love, but I found that hearing other people's stories sometimes gave me the words I was missing. And sometimes it didn't. Either way, I got to hear a juicy story.
She was raised in Council Bluffs, Iowa.
I think I was like 15 and a half when we met.
And I was like, yeah, she's gorgeous.
He was actually dating a friend of mine, and then I dated a friend of his, and...
we went to a movie. We went to have ice cream.
She's the most chill partner I've ever had, and I've had some very spicy ones.
And then going back to college in different parts of the country tore us apart.
To this day, if I see her, I'll ask her to marry me.
27 years old, I was starting to think, yeah, I don't know.
And then I found my true love.
If I turn, I look, I see this girl with pink hair and a lip ring.
And fortunately, I followed my gut because I've never been happier.
But what I was really interested in was when they knew that they'd found the one. And the most common answer I got was, I just knew, or it just felt right. And that's great and all, but the one that really got my attention was what this girl Emily in Ohio said.
The moment I realized that I would do anything for him, including giving my life for him if I had to.
I'd never heard anyone say something like that. That kind of devotion and unconditional love is something that people naturally have for their kids. But for a partner, that's deep. I mean, you have to be completely selfless. And when we're young, we tend to be more self-interested. Which got me thinking, what about the people who knew from a young age? Were they truly deeply in love when they got married?
When we look back and say, how in the world did we make that decision when we were so young? And yet at the time, we felt very, very confident that we knew enough about the right things, that we were really in love and could get married.
But I think I was young, and so I don't know that I knew what that was, And I certainly, it's just grown, I mean, that kind of thing grows.
So during that growth, before you get to that point, were there ever any doubts? Did anyone ever stop to think, holy crap, this is a huge decision?
Yeah, there was those moments of, is this the person for me? You know the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's a lot of what, for me, was involved in the doubts, was like...
Is this it? Is this real? Is this the way I see myself for the rest of my life? And making that commitment can be hard for some people.
That was Larry. Him and his wife hosted us in Massachusetts. And when he said that thing about commitment, it clicked. That's my issue, which I think is at the core of all this stuff. And you know what else? In a way, it was kind of relieving that so many people went through something similar, because I feel like opening up about these things is kind of weird, especially today when we only showcase the best of ourselves, making it seem like everything is perfect and we have it all figured out.
You know, I hadn't been with this person, or if I'd done something else or been with somebody else. Man, you can play that game all day long, you know.
This is me, right? I don't believe like in the one. And the reason is because I think love is a choice. And I think so many times we want somebody else to tell us, or something to tell us, oh, this is the one, because then it like abdicates our responsibility for choosing to love that person when it's hard.
Well, when you love, right? So why would you have doubts? Is there problems? Yes. Do I get sick of her? Does she get sick of me? Yes. Do we get on each other's nerves? Yes. We have human moments, right?
I realized that I'm very difficult to deal with and get annoying quickly. And someone's gonna have to put up with me. And I like when someone puts up with me.
That's being in love, whether she thinks so sometimes or not, but that's what makes life and relationships interesting.
It's interesting. We spoke to people who'd been in the same relationship their entire lives, others who'd been divorced once, twice, several times, some who were still on their quest, and a few who genuinely had no interest in love at the moment. But no matter what their story, they all had life-taught lessons to share.
Really committing to being kind and forgiving. Because when you're in a long-term relationship, sorry, I'm gonna get emotional, there's always gonna be good times. There's gonna be a lot of hard times.
The more two people can sit down and kind of at least work through conflict and problem solving and navigate it better, I think they have a better chance of making it.
Nothing in life is easy. Relationships, jobs, learn how to persevere, learn how to see the positive side.
You know, she's been there for all of my ups and downs, and yeah, she's cool.
He's just amazing. He's an incredible husband, but as a dad, he's off the charts.
I've never experienced love greater in my life than when I've been able to share the worst parts of me with her, and she's come back and said, I love you.
Love is a shown thing, it's not a said thing. I love you by showing you, by being present, by being the best that I could be for you.
When I think about what everyone said, and look at it from where I'm standing, it's all so true. You know, working at it, giving and getting, being kind, showing love. And obviously I haven't lived a whole life to really know it, but I have been in a car with one person for over 3 months. And I know that there are some really great times, but there are also times that are not so fun. But after all that, at the end of the day, I know there's no one I would rather be on this adventure with. With the exception of Jennifer Lawrence, of course. Just kidding. Kind of. Not. Yes. Okay, the point is that this trip has strengthened my relationship and love for Alexa. I've learned that love is a choice. Making that investment in her happiness, my happiness, is a conscientious choice that we both make. And I'm not saying it's perfect and we lived happily ever after. That's probably not the case for anyone. But I know that I'm in a much better place than I was when I started, and that it's a day-to-day choice to love and be happy. So that's it. Well, my side anyway.
And next time, I'll share my experience. So be there or be square.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. So I want to know, how do you show your love?
Let us know in the comments below.
Let us know in the comments below.
SoulPancake.